Hello, I wanted to share with you my artistic journey and how it coincided, correlated, intertwined with my spiritual journey. And maybe for some of you it could be interesting if you have interest in art or beauty and or some kind of activity, hobby that makes you feel like you're in a flow. I really feel that art in itself, or anything that you love doing, can be a spiritual path in itself. And with painting, it is extra mystical, spiritual, I can say through my experience. Very, very intuitive process. At least in my case, the beginning or like of my conscious seeking coincided with painting. I used to be an artist always, right? As a child, but I never considered myself as that. I was painting, creating, dancing, and then when I grew up and I needed to take care of other things, and then I just felt like unfulfilled, and that's where my interest in spirituality came on consciously, although I've been always like into this deep stuff and meaning of life. And so long story short, it was about the same time I went to India first time that I started to paint like on a regular basis. And I was like, something was calling me, and I would experience the same state of being or consciousness when I look at art in museums, galleries, when I paint, and when I'm in a meditation or a yoga mat. It felt like strangely same place I get into at that time. So whatever would get me there, art, painting, yoga, studying yoga philosophy at that time, it's many years ago. And through following art journey, I've unlearned so much, I've let go so much, I've learned to trust the process, to be more and more intuitive, to allow the flow to take care of things, to, trust the process. And the painting itself, the process, is very mystical. And that's when you hit this point of awareness or presence, when the painter and the painting and the picture, everything becomes one. It's what they teach you in yoga also. The seer, when the seer, the seeing and the seen becomes one, that's when one realizes the truth, or is being the truth. And so that's the same place that I've experienced through painting process. I would lose myself for hours, and I would in some way chase that zone, like hope that I would get into this flow again every time I paint. But that it's not necessarily, it didn't come all the time. And you are getting okay with it. Like it's not always inspiration comes, and not always that state of total emptiness and fullness at the same time happens. It doesn't. This, yeah. You're tasting that state in a way through art. I feel like it was a big part of my spiritual journey. journey, you know. Unraveling, unfolding, trusting. It's more like a journey back home, but you're already there, but yeah, you don't trust it yet. You don't believe it yet, and so it becomes like a journey. Yes, the interesting thing that with art that I thought I started painting just intuitively, like intuitive abstract art, just let go, you know, and that's where I thought I would get into this zone more. And when I started to paint realistically, where you would need to, you know, also use the skill and the mind and reference photos and understanding of layers and how to render a picture and everything. So in a way, you need to use the mind, not just like blah blah blah. I resisted that, but later I saw how I'm able to be in the same state of flow when also I'm using my mind and rendering the picture from the reference photo, and it became wholesome experience and revelation that the mind, the practical mind, is not in contradiction or opposition to this flow, to this intuitive flow, and it's actually when both are embodied, the wholesomeness reveals itself, because nothing, no parts are suppressed, and you are able to be in the flow and totally present while you're focused and precise or executing some task. So it is not only like through meditation and on a yoga mat that one can experience one's being, truth, taste it. Art has been this for me as well, this stateless state, and that I always felt back then that, oh, it's something greater is creating through me. I never could, usually when I would lose myself for hours and then just in the flow, and then I would, okay, end of the day, and I'm like, step back, I'm like, wow, did this happen? You know, I did not reference myself to the one who painted it or executed it. I would always be in awe and like, how did this happen, you know? It always felt like something greater, some force and muse is painting through me. Like I never assigned authorship to myself. You know, to my little self at that time. But it's all one thing. It's all one thing. It's all one thing. It's all one flow. Yeah. There's no greater or smaller. It's all one. But of course, when you're a seeker, it feels like you become empty. So the source, the God, can talk through you, paint through you, dance through you. But in a way, it is doing it all the time. All the time. What else? You are it. You are it. We are it. Yeah, what else about my art journey? It's just wanted to sort of a little bit merge these two paths. There is a path of knowledge, learning, spiritual knowledge, books, dimensions. There is a path of surrender to the beloved, the great beloved, to the God. There is a path of doing what you love, I can say. You can say art, beauty, but some activity that gives you this taste of freedom, of wholeness. And others call it channeling, but it is all the paths lead to one realizing that greater one as themselves. So path is like a separation, the painter and the muse, the seeker and the guru, and the devotee and the beloved God. There is always two on the path, but path ends when the two become one, and they are always one. There is no beginning, no end, and not even one. Then who can understand it? Yeah, I see people writing under some of my videos if I use any substance or drug or smoke something. I never ever tried any of this. I don't have anything against, I don't have anything for, I was never drawn. Always was the good girl, the one who does not smoke, does not drink. So it's just misunderstanding. Some beings think that you need a substance in order to achieve some state, but sometimes all you need to is just to paint. Be yourself. That's all one consciousness. So that's just funny. I'm laughing. Love to everyone. Love you. Let me know if you are an artist too, or if you feel if you resonate with my words, maybe in your own way. I love to hear. Thank you. Bye. Love you. Mwah.